My name is David Lochner, and I'm here today to talk about my persuasive speech on why you shouldn't get distracted while you're driving. So, I want to begin by saying that in 2012 till the present time, there have been an increasing number of accidents, traffic stops, things of that nature because of being distracted while driving. I want you guys to understand why it's important. It's important because you need to understand the consequences. You may not think about it at the time, but being distracted while you're driving can actually be a huge deal. Not only does it affect the community, but it affects like pedestrians, it affects yourself. If you have family or something in the car, a friend, it could affect them as well. So you just want to definitely be careful out there because you don't want to, you know, put anybody in any harm's way. So I want to begin by saying that Arizona actually has some kind of like prohibitions and things like that. And one of them is, in fact, that if you're a bus driver, you're not allowed to use your phone of any sort while you're on the job. And I think that's a great idea, obviously, because you don't want your bus driver, like for the city bus or, if you're taking the school bus, you don't want your bus driver to be talking on the phone, obviously, because there's multiple people on the bus and, you don't want anybody to get hurt. The second thing is if you're texting while you're driving and you get caught while you're texting and you're driving, then if you're going too slow, like police can pull you over and you can get fines for that. And then in other parts of Arizona, I know it's Phoenix, Tucson, and Flagstaff. If you're texting while you're driving, you actually get fines if you get caught, and the fines actually increase per the number of offenses you do. So something to take into consideration. Now, I wanted to share some information with you about a website I got from. It's called Hands-Free Information website, and it's about numbers in Arizona. So in 2000, like from early 2014 till September 2014, uh, actually there was 19,800 traffic stops uh, that were related to distracted driving. Of those 19,800, 2,400 or 2,400 of them were related to like car accidents, things like that, and 36, 3,640 of that 19,800 were actually cell phone related. So that just actually proves my point. Don't be using your cell phone or don't get distracted while you're driving. Another thing I want to bring up is at the same website from late November to April 1st of the next year, there was actually 127 crashes that were cell phone related. There was 255 crashes that were outside distractions, so that means that somebody was talking to you or you weren't paying attention or things like that. And then 130 of those crashes were the result of reaching for something. So, like if you have your cell phone or something, you hear it ring, you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go pick it up." Actually, 130 crashes were caused by that. So, you got to pay attention while you're driving. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was some studies I found. And these studies were actually very interesting. 49% of adults admitted to texting while driving. And of all this number, 98% of the people who took the survey knew that it was wrong, but they still did it anyways. So that's kind of, you know, it's kind of, hearing that, it makes you feel like, oh, that's something I may do, or, a lot of us may be guilty of this, and you don't realize that you could hurt somebody because you think it's not a big deal, but in actuality, it's a huge deal. So you need to, make sure you take that into consideration. So I found that 9 Americans are killed every day from car crashes. And that's resulting from using your cell phone. So that's actually a kind of high number. Like if you think about it, every day of the year, there's 9 people that die because you're using your cell phone while driving. Uh, 1 in every 4 car accidents are actually caused because you're using your cell phone. Uh, 40% of passengers, like teenage passengers, say that the person they were driving with was using their phone while you were driving. So these are kind of numbers you don't want to mess with. Um, I know if I got into the car with somebody, I wouldn't want them to drive. Or, if you got in the car, I'm sure you wouldn't want them to drive with you, especially if you have family or something like that. So just keep this in mind because it's a huge deal and people don't think about it that often, but it's actually a big deal. So take that into consideration while you're thinking about driving. Um, you know, text messages can always wait. You don't ever want to risk somebody's life just because you're like, oh, I need to answer this text right away. So just something to take into consideration. I wanted to actually close off by saying that uh, Arizona is starting to make pretty strict laws regarding cell phone usage while driving. Some of the proposed laws are saying that, if if you're caught using social media or using your cell phone, texting, things like that, while you're driving, and it causes an accident, it could actually be used against you for a felony case. So, if you accidentally, unfortunately, you cause an accident and it results in somebody's death, you can be charged with a felony for that. So that's definitely something to keep into consideration. You don't want to risk going to jail just because you want to answer your cell phone. So, I just wanted to get it out there that I want to persuade you guys not to use your cell phones. I wanted to throw out some numbers here so you guys are aware of the statistics, and just be safe out there. Don't drive while you're distracted. It can always wait. If you feel like you're going to get distracted, just pull off the side of the road and you guys will be fine. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know, and I will see you next time.